Hello and welcome to a new video from me. Today is going to be a very quick book haul for June, kind of, because I did record something and then the video was all out of sync, which is not ideal. So I'm going to make this very quick because I don't have very long and I'm using a different camera and my arm's going to kill me by the end of it because I'm using a DSLR and my arm, which it's probably not going to work because the tripod I got for this is not very good either. Okay, so here we go for the quick June book haul. Let's take a quick look and run through this before I drop this camera on the floor. The first book I have to show you is No I Can't Even by Simon James Green. It's got a pretty banana on the front. Seriously, I've read this book already and seriously, go and read it. It is blooming brilliant. The second book I have to show you is The Fallen Children by David Owen. I haven't read this one yet. It comes in multiple colours, the covers. I think there's a purple one and a red one. Might even be a yellow one, but I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. But it sounds really good. To summarise very quickly, young people on the Midwich estate don't have much hope for their futures. Keisha has lived there her whole life and has been working hard to escape it. Others have just accepted their lot. But change is coming. Essentially from that, I think it's 3 girls become mysteriously pregnant and no one knows why, but the babies are growing at an alarming rate. I am so excited for this. I won't trip all the books like this. Okay, arm's killing. Time for a break. And I'm back. Arm's still hurting, but we're going to push through this. The next book is Truth or Dare by Non Pratt. In a nutshell, I don't really know much about this, but it's by Non Pratt and that just makes me so excited. This book has kind of 2 covers, a front and a back. I kind of prefer this version of it, but it demonstrates the book is kind of a book of 2 halves. 2 parts of the story, one on one half of the book and the other on the other half of the book. This is one of the problems, my arm's aching again, oh god. But to give you a bit of a taster, how far will he dare to go? 1 story, 2 sides. Ooh. I'll just put that one there. Okay, next little book I have read, and it's the second in the Illumini Files series. It's called Jimena. I know everyone's heard about this book, you've probably all read it. A bit like the first book, all the pages, it's told in this really unique way with all the pages being like excerpts and files, which I think is brilliant. It's just as fast paced as the first one, even though it looks really big, it's a really quick read and very well worthwhile reading it. My arm's killing. Can I get one more book in before I drop this camera? We'll try. The next book I've got, and I've already read also, is Cinderella. It's a Cinderella retelling and it's by Ashley Poston. It's set in a convention and the dad of our main character, Elle, who is essentially the Cinderella character, founded a Starfield convention, or a Comic Con kind of thing. And it ends in this kind of ball, which just sounds amazing. I've read this already, it is brilliant, and the cover is just gorgeous, and I'm just in love with this cover. I'm in love with a lot of covers, actually. Yeah. I think it's one of my favourite covers, well, maybe my second favourite cover of this entire haul. Okay, gotta put the camera down, you can probably see the camera is shaking. Okay. Putting the camera down, now! And I'm back. I switched arms. So we should be good to go again. But just now I was talking about a really nice cover in the form of Cinderella. Well, if you thought that one was lush, and you thought that one was beautiful, this one is just gorgeous. This one I was sent by the publisher as a remnant when I used to have a book blog and they used to send me books from that, and they still haven't taken me off the list yet. I have tried, but when they send you books like this, which looks so pretty, just take a moment to look at it. I don't really know too much about this book, but I do know it's magical, it's fantasy, and just that cover. They say don't judge a book by a cover, but when a cover looks like that, it's hard not to. Really. I've got another gorgeous cover for you now. This book I bought entirely just because of the cover. They say don't ever do this, but to be honest, I do it all the time, and this one is Spellbook of the Lost and Found by Moira Fowler Doyle. I didn't know anything about this before I bought it, but I've heard so many good things about it since, so I really have high hopes about it. I bought this next book because A, I love Sarah Mannon's writing. I pretty much love everything she's written, especially Adorkable, because that was brilliant. And it's London Belongs to Us by Sarah Manning. It's been described as a love letter to London. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it, so I cannot wait to get started. Fingers crossed. Okay, my arm is now really killing. I'm trying to get one more in before we take a break. And that one more in is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I finally have this book. I know everyone else has read this. I know it's only short. I know I should have read it by now. I haven't. I'm terrible. I'm going to. It looks amazing. It's only 220 odd pages. I should have read it. I'm so stupid. I'm so bad. I'll read it as soon as possible. I promise. And I switch back to this arm to talk about Who Runs the World. Yes, I got it right! By Virginia Bergen. If you haven't read anything by Virginia Bergen, if you're in America, read a book called H2O. Everywhere else it's called The Rain. And its sequel, The Storm, because they are absolutely brilliant. It's about killer rain. That should be enough to sell it to you. This book is called Who Runs the World, and it's basically a book really about gender and questions the issue of gender. It's set 60 years in the future, where a killer virus has killed virtually all the male population. And it asks the question, would a world run entirely by females be a better place? If you want to know the answer, you're going to have to read this book. I haven't read it yet. I'm starting it tonight. I cannot wait. One thing I do want to point out about this book, which is quite unique I think, if you want to have a book dedicated to you, I've never had a book dedicated to me. I don't think many people have. On the page top of the small print, there's a page where you can fill your name in and have a book dedicated to you. How cool is that? I picked this up at the launch for Who Runs the World the other day, and I've made a little video. I'll put a link to that at the top if you want to check that out. Read something by Virginia Bergen. You won't be disappointed. Okay, I'm going to take a little break before I show you the last one. And the final book I have to show you that I picked up this week is A Court of Wings and Ruin. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. I have just finished this today, and I will say it's not my favourite in the series. Kind of didn't live up to the hype that was built up, or the standard that A Court of Mist and Fury created. So those were all the books that I bought in June, maybe a bit of May. I would try and hold them, but I've got a very bad feeling I'd probably drop them, to be honest. But or maybe it might work. Okay. No, it didn't. My name's Jesse. This has been my speedy, painful book haul. And until next time, I'll see you later.